Hey, guys, welcome to the Creepside. Please subscribe and like the video, thanks. Level 188.3 is showing the enclosed edifice of level 188. The main building scene in mentioned level marks the center of this level, which's entire perimeter measures around 5 kilometers in radius and has the forest and thick fog marking the edge. The forest gets more impenetrable the further one ventures out until the fog turns completely untransparent and the forest into a wall of wood. These trees are dead leafless trees with plastic-like bark and properties. The whole level is covered in fog and stays at night presumably forever. The average temperature outside the buildings is around 5 degrees Celsius, which makes one's winter jacket an important tool to survive on this level. The level is mostly covered with similar instances of the building from level 188 which lead to different level 188 sessions. They also have balconies and similar square-shaped windows. Most windows seen are blacked out and cannot be looked through. It isn't even confirmed that these dark windows hold rooms behind them. Some windows emit a warm orange but dimmed light, with apartments being visible but not accessible as there are no doors leading into any rooms except the stairwells and the lower hallways. Unexpectedly, some areas shine a very bright, white light. The bright spots, which they will be referred to from now on, mostly occur on higher balconies or sometimes the insides of buildings. They also mark a soon-appearing pool of almond water. The utility rooms inside the lower hallways are named loot rooms as they can provide helpful items which shouldn't be overlooked by the most experienced of survivors. The complexes can often be reached by pathways and small roads meandering through and in between the buildings and sometimes clipping into them. When entering level 188.31 will almost solely stand on one of these pathways facing the centered building. This level was first discovered by a student on December 25, 2015, found dead by researchers 2 days later. Locations. The main building is in fact just level 188 from the outside, but without a stable and consistent way to traverse between the two. The forest marks the way to the plastic-like wall of trees that forms the barrier. It starts as a few trees standing in random and obscure places, but the further a wanderer travels from the houses, the more can be seen and the taller they will appear until the trees form mentioned wall and the fog thickens to an opaque mass. The stairwells that lead up to the different floors of the buildings are accessible by following the green entrance signs scattered throughout the complex ground floors, which will guide every wanderer to a different entrance and can even divide groups. These stairways are considered non-Euclidean and can loop around, glitch and warp into other stairwells and change one's direction without notice. Understanding the stairs' features is essential for navigating the maze. The balconies and hallways form warm windows. The windows emitting a warmer light don't have any anomalous features and just display a living room containing at least a fireplace and one chair, but can include far more interior. These living rooms aren't accessible by any means, as destroying the windows is impossible and will lead to injuries. Bright spot zoomed in version of level 188.3's title photo. Bright spot on a balcony in level 188.3. Photographer dead. Zoomed in version of the title photo. Bright spot on a balcony. Photographer dead. The bright spots are labeled after their appearance, which is just a pure white light without a known source. This light does not emit a single sound and doesn't flicker in any way. They do not appear to have solid body and are more like a fog of almond water and light. Although these entities seem perfect for navigation and mapping of the environment, they are not. This comes down to their spawning behavior. These lights are slowly fading into existence and out of it within their lifespan, which can last from 4 hours to 5 days. The fading can consume up to 1 hour of the lifespan and isn't noticeable when trying to see it, but lowers the intensity of the light source. Explosive weapons and bass-heavy sounds can speed up their aging process. But they still have a significant meaning to anyone wanting to survive inside of this level. When fading out of reality, these beings leave pools of up to 600 milliliters of almond water behind with no known source, and they can be used as a light source to scare off smilers or similar entities when alive. Loot rooms or utility rooms are the most rare but most important room constellation inside this level. This kind of room can be accessed through the exclusive doors inside the hallways. These doors can appear locked, unlocked, or any state in between these. They can be broken but with the risk of hostile creatures hearing you. The actual loot inside these rooms can vary just like the appearance of said rooms. Loot rooms have been reported to resemble these characteristics. Broom closets. The most useful loot found here are wrenches, brooms, water, not drinkable, and crafting utensils. First aid rooms. Here one can mostly find bandages, first aid kits, up to multiple instances of neon water and rarely for cinnamon peanut muffins. Laundry rooms. The laundry rooms are most useless configuration discovered until now. It almost completely consists of piles of dirty clothes and a few bottles of bleach, although this is mostly used for keeping various creatures on distance. These are also the biggest occurring rooms. Server rooms. Server rooms are one of the more rare ones and have a safe Wi-Fi connection as well as flowing electricity. Both can and will have random shutdowns which have a 10% chance of blacking out the whole level for about 3 minutes. Storage rooms. The most loot can be found in the storage rooms. These contain boxes of different supplies which can range from books over flashlights over fire starters up to swords and maps of a variety of levels. Cold storage rooms. Cold storage rooms hold a range of edibles within their 4 walls which mostly consist of but aren't limited to raw but edible meat. These rooms can vary in size from 3 square meters to 200 square meters, which will refill once the level is completely devoid of humans from the front rooms. Outposts. Due to its weird placement of trees and the non-Euclidean interior infrastructure, there haven't been any reported outposts on this level yet. In Tights until today, June 22, 2022, there have been reported encounters with 4 different kinds of entities on level 188.3. These are the following. Smilers alongside lurkers will appear on the mid to top floors of any complex but will avoid the bright spots mentioned before. Death moths, mostly male ones, fly around the level to find a light source, most of the time being a bright spot. Bright spots can be encountered on the top floors of the complexes but are completely harmless to wanderers. It isn't even assured if they are a living being or just a natural phenomenon. Entrances and exits. As a sublevel of level 188, this level shares similar entrances and exits with its parent level. Entrances. A plastic tree from the level barrier may appear in level 22, which will lead to this level with a 10% certainty. Not clipping through the floor of level 8 can also lead to this level. Following a green entrance sign on level 188 leads to one of the staircases. Exits. Entering the inside of any level 188 house instance will lead to an alternate level 188 but with the same properties. Not clipping through the wall of trees in this level can lead to level 9 or less probable to the void. Entering a rarely occurring open window will lead to level 188.